Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Hi, Carter Sherline from Michigan Runner News, and I have with me Jeff Crumbaugh of Great Lakes Endurance. Welcome.
Good to see you, Carter.
Good seeing you. And today we want to talk about one of their races, the Waugoshance Trail Marathon, which will be July 10th for 2021. And tell us about the event.
Yeah, it's one of the best kept secrets in trail running in Michigan. It's in that beautiful northwestern corner of the Lower Peninsula. The marathon is a point to point, starts just a little north of Cross Village near Camp Lake on a dirt forest road, and then quickly transitions onto the North Country Trail and travels through some beautiful remote country, some highlands, some lakes. Before it reaches Wilderness State Park, it travels through a lowland area that's wet and just rich in wildflowers. In fact, people travel from all over the world to see some of the beautiful, rare wildflowers. The last year we ran it in 2019, the race was held at peak wildflower bloom. And it was not only colorful, but fragrant as well. There's almost a 2-mile section running through the wildflowers. And then you get to the halfway point at the Goose Pond at Wilderness State Park. And then you head through some really beautiful pine forests along some ridges. Cross the Carp River. And then the train transitions into some really nice rollers. And then you come out along French Farm Lake. It's a sandy bottom wilderness lake, large white pine trees right along the shoreline. And there's an aid station there. And then finally that transitions into a bog area that's a lot of cedars and kind of wet. There's some boardwalks through there. And then finally the last couple miles are pretty easy. It's on a old railway, a rail trail that's pretty flat into the finish, and finishes in the back of the school at Mackinac City. A beautiful course. Now the half marathon conveniently starts at the Goose Pond in Wilderness State Park. It's easily accessible. There's parking there. Of course, we provide bus transportation. New this year, inspired by a number of our long-time runners at Waugoshance, is a 50K that's going to include a very runnable section of the Sturgeon Bay Trail that goes up north and further west just before the halfway point. And I think runners are really going to enjoy that. And now, of course, we'll have 4 50Ks in the Great Lakes Endurance lineup: Rock River Canyon in Munising, the Two-Hearted, Waugoshance, and then Grand Island. So we'll be providing runners who prefer that 50K distance a number of opportunities to really immerse themselves in the beauty of northern Michigan.
Okay. And of course, even though it's a wilderness event, the terminus is in Mackinac City, where lodging is readily available, places to eat before and after the race. That is a really a well-developed tourist area, yet a short distance away from wilderness. I know the state park was one of the first areas in Michigan, if not the first, to be a dark skies certified area for stargazing.
Right, you're correct. You know, on the east side of I-75, you have the hotels and restaurants in the downtown area of Mackinac City. You go to the west side and you have a few restaurants, the school, and then it opens up, and then there's very little development. And that dark sky park, every time we head up for the race, we head out to that dark sky park. It's just a gem. If you haven't been there, it's certainly I think the thing to do after running the race on Saturday night is heading to the dark sky park.
And one other thing I'd like to get a chance next time I'm up there, near the start, and obviously it was a little early for, there's a restaurant that I know is pretty famous in Cross Village that I want to get a chance to go to. And when we went there, of course, nobody was really awake. A few animals, so it hadn't opened yet.
Yeah, the Legs Inn has. I mean, their menu is Polish food and very traditional. If you love pierogies and stuffed cabbage and traditional Polish food, and they also have open air seating that overlooks Lake Michigan up on a really high bluff. And it's the main restaurant is an old stone lodge. So yeah, an extraordinary place. And and Cross Village is a tiny little place, but you're right. The Legs Inn is a must stop on anyone's itinerary for the Waugoshance Trail Marathon.